Hey everybody, I'm back. It's been far too long. But we're playing some Hyrule Warriors tonight. I did a bit of this on the Extra Life stream back in November, and had a great time with it, but I also didn't continue for quite a while since then. But I was really vibing with the game when I got to try it out, so I'm excited to actually get into it again. I basically, in between then and now, all I've done was the little like non-story missions just to get them out of the way. So we left off with just having gotten all 4 champions to pilot the divine beasts, and now we are continuing on from there, preparing for Ganon.
Calibrating the divine beasts and researching ancient relics. Much to her frustration, however, her sealing power remained dormant.
Well, get on that, Zelda. Come on. You fool. Alright. We're gonna have to pick up Zelda's slack here.
His Majesty did not offer even a single word of praise.
Well, it's only natural that
Yeah,
we're
like,
frustrated.
come on. She's literally the worst character. But I love her.
Now, we must do whatever is in our power. Please inform Mifa and Daruk that we depart tomorrow.
So, hello Chris, how's it going?
Then you
Hope you're
plan to
having a
leave
good
the
evening.
beasts? Understood.
I like camera pan down to the egg. He's just been there the whole time.
Father thinks that... Well, he thinks that the reason my ability hasn't awakened is because I haven't worked hard enough.
It's going? Yeah, that's fair. Look at this little dude just vibing.
Divine beasts. He'll say as much. Huh? Oh, Link, you...
Hit me. He makes such fun noises. Hard not to love him.
The adjustments to the divine beasts are not yet complete. We must
I like that from last cutscene to this one,
to ensure that they will be
it's changed him into his,
so many of their parts are complete.
the gear that I have him wearing.
Daruk, I have a request. Might I join you for training next time? I would like to be fully prepared. Learning new ways to fight foes might do me some good.
Of course. The more the merrier.
I feel like these two just fundamentally would have to have very different fighting styles.
And they're nowhere to be found.
Like, his sword probably weighs more than like 3 of her.
Although, hey, if you see anybody that... Huh?
Hey Jen, how's it going? Yeah, I guess everybody's me at this point, aside from the nameless characters I can't play.
I bring news.
Oh, who is this boy?
Regards your impending death.
Oh, well, okay. That was a sick one-liner, I'll give him that. If there's one thing that guy can do, it's show up and drop ominous one-liners. And then get absolutely wrecked by Link. Or Mifa, apparently. So, I'm not 100% sure I did to defeat the Eagle Clan around here. Alright. Just kind of keep the area clear, or am I, like, pushing into their territory at all? Because I could just kind of go this way. Nope, we're blocked off. Even better. Okay, Link is pieced out. I have forgotten how to use... There we go. It's a bit late now. Oh, good, I have to defeat this guy. I used the wrong thing. Again, it has been a while since I've played this game, so I feel like I have a decent excuse. There we go, there's one down. Where's the other guy? Over here? Daruk just rolling around. See you guys. These guys seem to have everything under control. I'm just gonna swim on by. Alright, where's my Blade Master? Hello? May I... Okay, I was hoping wall jump would mean I would jump the wall, but apparently not. None of this is what I'm looking for. I mean, I'll take the free money. I'm gonna... What is... Oh, I found a Korok. I mean, it's not really what I was hoping for, but I'll take it. Around this way, perhaps? Oh, yeah, that looks promising. And there he is. There's... Yeah, the Koroks, we cannot get rid of them no matter how hard we try. At least they just seem to be kind of like little bonus things to do if you feel like it. They're not required for completion. Again, the wrong, need to get used to this. Oh yeah, the original game does have 900 and I hate it so much. And luckily they didn't make it so you need every single one of them to get all the upgrades. The only thing you get from having all 900 is the little, like, the golden poop. There we go. I actually used the right rune this time. I do love also that they translated the flurry rushes over into this game. Like, it's a very good... It's a good mix of the Warriors mechanics and, yeah, good mix of Warriors and Breath of the Wild mechanics between, like, the runes, the flurry rushes, all of that. Did all shrines in Breath of the Wild, then you were like, I wonder how hard all Koroks is. Oh, yeah, no. I am astonished by the kind of people that can pull off the true 100% speedruns. Or just true 100% runs in general. I think the Koroks are the only thing I didn't do to completion in Breath of the Wild when I played it. I did everything else. But I just could not be bothered. I'll just yeet by and help these guys out for a sec. I love just catching a shit ton of enemies on my way through an area. Like, I'm not sticking around to fight them if I don't have to, but I will absolutely show them who's boss while I'm here. Did the Rito archers just take out that moblin before I could get the weak point smash? That's so rude of them. Same energy as like watching your teammate get into a gunfight in Halo and waiting till the guy has one shot left in him and then pulling the last bullet into him. Like taking all the credit without doing any of the work. Oh. Found a Wizrobe. That I accidentally flurry rushed against. But bombs. Perfect. That'll finish him off, it'll finish his buddies off, and we can move on. Well, that was certainly a choice. I didn't really mean to blow him up, but it worked. So here we are. Oh, there's another one. Hey, can you leave my buddies alone, perhaps? Hello? Yeah. There we go. And down he goes. Where to next? There's still a lot of outposts that are enemies. Okay, I can still boss my allies around, right? Impa, you're down there, so go up to this guy. And I'll take care of the other two and then swap to Impa when it's time. There we go. So that's one down. Oh. I need to tell Nightbot to stop doing that auto message. Although we are still taking donations for Extra Life until the end of the year. We reached just over 1,500 by the end of the stream in November. And the stream income from November, which admittedly wasn't too much, it was like about just under $50, but that went towards it as well. But yeah, we still have a little bit of time to reach our $2,000 goal if we get donations by the end of the year. Link is, in the chat right now, or if you do !extra life, it should show up there, or it's in the about section down below the stream. Well, you know what? I'll finish taking this outpost before I move on. Might as well. There we go. We'll just keep this guy in his place. And this outpost is ours now. We love having free friends. Perfect. And is our guy... That's just a highlighting captain. Oh, but there's our objective. I do love just how powerful they make you feel in this game. There we go. Impa and Daruk were having trouble with this one. Impa's still so weird to control. Like, it's a cool mechanic, but I still don't fully understand how it works. But I'm sure that's fine. Alright, so they've said something about the northern outpost, so I'm going to start heading in that direction now. Maybe take care of this moblin on the way. Ooh. Pretty much an instant hit on that guy. Oh, wait. I'm just gonna get this other moblin caught up in this chaos. Hey, buddy. Here, have another one. I love how that just fully healed me and then decimated his health bar. He didn't even survive my regular flurry of attacks. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Pro controller layout is weird. Alright, I'm going to send Impa up towards this gate. Okay, that is set. Perfect. And I will head to this one. Oh, I was just trying to get a better view on where he might be, and I accidentally flurry rushed him. Unintentional, but I will take it. That one was an intentional flurry rush. It's not all accidental. Alright. So, yeah, the other one is completely blocked off, so I will have to be Impa for this one. That guy's not my concern. Hello, gentlemen. Oh, just kidding. And we will just move on and take over the base. I see you here, big boy. Got nothing but power coming to this guy. Did that not... Why didn't that stun him? You know what, here, have one of these.
I am ready. It's time.
The scream. Perfect. Alright, now I'll be Mifa and head into the stronghold. Hey, who we fighting? What we fighting? A big boy. Here he is. I still hate that the eye opens sideways. That makes me very uncomfortable. He just rolls. Hit him in the grundle. Bonus damage. Wait, hold on. Can we get Impa to come in and help, please? It should not be a Mifa alone kind of job. Here we go. Good old flurry rush on this asshole. Here, have a powerful attack. Maybe? Okay, yeah, oh no, that's very helpful. That's the good shit. And then we can weak point smash him. So he's definitely not doing well. And now we have Impa here to help as well. There we go. I like that he gives you like 6 chances to flurry rush in a row. Oh, but he did hit me this one time. Big guy. I don't know, you can't really go back anywhere. And he's dead. If he survives this, I will be very impressed. There he goes. You know what? I would also call that a success, Mifa. Well said. Oh, did they set the town on fire? That's uncalled for. No respect. And where's Link in all this? Oh, here's Link in all this. And is that it? For all the bluster, he didn't take long to take down. Use Link to approach Zelda. Dude, I would love to approach Zelda. Pardon me, gents. Suga. Suga my nuts. Got him. Can't believe he died of Suga. He was very late on those attacks. And... alright, we got him down to about half health. That's not bad. Hope this guy enjoys his bombs. Okay, that's a cool attack. I'll give him that. But I've got cool attacks too, so. Like this one. Alright, where's Zelda? She get taken in the middle of all this? Oh no, she's just left behind. Whoop whoop. Did my dude just peace out? Oh no. Ah, he's going for the cheap shot. The egg didn't even get his moment. How rude. The egg's got the right spirit, though. I'll give him that.
I suppose destiny is at work then. The future is fickle. Yiga clan, time to go.
And off they go. Just slaps the knife out of the way. Now he's mad at me for stealing his moment of glory. Eggy Boy had one chance to be good. Alright, okay, we got some new weapons. Oh, I've been looking for some of those silent princesses. Okay, this is just returning to the world map. Oh, so many things. Okay. I've been doing a lot of these there we go. Is that good? I can deliver that.
This will do.
I'm just making sure that okay, these are combat side missions and stuff like that. The ones that don't have story tied to them, I usually take care of outside of streams.
Beautiful work.
We can make sure that our upgrade stations are as full as possible. What is this? Volcanic defense. Oh, interesting. So we can just pilot the divine beasts and do missions with those as well. Cool. That's okay. So this is one thing I really appreciate about this game. So I have two items that I have tagged the quest rewards on my sensor, and so now it pings with these little green pulses everything on the map that can be a source of these items. Most of them are missions, but sometimes it'll tag like one of these item shops that'll have something that I need, and I'll be able to just buy it before I start into my next mission. Unfortunately, that is not the case right now, and I plan on just continuing the story for now. Freeing Korok Forest. Okay. Is that Link's best sword right now? Oh yeah, it is. Alright. Well, let's go. Off they go. I love how they all just, like, Link's the only one on the tower before, but they all eat themselves off.
The king issued his first order to the divine beast pilots. Seek out the knight who could wield the sword that seals the darkness. This would require that they vanquish the monsters in Korok Forest, where the legendary blades slept.
Alright, so we're going to clear out the forest so I can take the sword.
Take part. Zelda, seeking data to help calibrate the divine beasts, accompanied them. As did Link, for he always stayed by the princess's side.
And until that time, and then he didn't. Spoilers for the story premise of Breath of the Wild.
Hyrule's king chose us to perform this pivotal task.
I
It will be my honor to excel, as always.
still don't like how smug Ravioli is.
Then there's you. The one part that doesn't add up.
Dude, shut up.
Why should this nobody be trusted to lead us in the coming battle?
It doesn't matter who's the leader. We're all in this together, right?
You are, of course, mistaken. My divine beast is the key.
Hmm.
Really now, it It makes no sense. Well,
I mean,
my one comfort
you
is
can
that
go,
your
dude.
reputation will be completely ruined once you fail. The Fallen Knight.
Rivali, how long do you expect us to put up with your prattle, huh?
I've said enough.
See, she's saying what we're all thinking.
The time has come to show you what I'm made of. Now witness Va Meadow's divine power.
It's a bird. It's just a big bird. Oh, motion controls. Nobody asked for this. Why, there's so many dudes in the sky.
Wonders never cease.
Anyone else?
Wonders never cease.
So we are just causing big problems. Oh my goodness, that is a move. You, just go down. There's so much chaos here. What is the special attack? I'm curious. Oh goodness. The entire world didn't stand a chance. A 1,000 KOs. Where are we situated on these cliffs? Like, if I just kind of generally start blasting, am I going to kill us? Is that a possibility? Oh, okay, so interesting. So I have cannons on the top and the bottom. Destroy all the outposts. Oh. Is that... Okay, that is what we're talking about. Cool. So we're looking to cause property damage, not just generally killing our enemies. Good to know, good to know. Got a lot of destruction to cause while we're here. Yo, can you cut that out? Thank you. Okay, just stop. Just take what you're doing and don't do it. Can I long shot this? No, I cannot. Maybe this one. Nope. We are so outside of the expected range. Here, we'll clear some of these guys out while we get into position, and then we will absolutely decimate this place. Please? There we go. That was a interesting assault. Oh, hey guys. Okay, bye. They just flew straight through us. I guess they had nowhere better to go. I did see that my battery was dying. I need to grab a cord for this. Which... I had one there. That seems right. We love having power cords.
All clear over here.
Okay, let's go.
Thinks he's better than us. Ooh, who's this guy? Looks very evil. His color scheme leads me to believe he is not a friend.
This is quite the fog.
Are we even making progress? We could just be going in circles.
Good point. If only someone could fly above and scout the way.
My
As
dude?
though I could
No,
see
nobody
anything
questioned this guy?
muck. Honestly, do you ever think before you
Okay,
speak?
guys, are we not gonna address
The least
this?
of our worries. If something attacked us, we wouldn't see it coming.
Yes, we must be prepared for even the most unusual. Whoa.
Okay, so somebody noticed, finally.
Finally! Somebody sees me! Shakalaka!
Oh? Where'd you
That is not the voice I expected for Hestu. Hestu? Is that right?
Oh, me?
Yeah, Hestu.
I am the one who brings song and dance to Korak Forest! Hestu!
That was definitely not the voice I was anticipating.
A Korok.
That's great! Mind guiding us through the fog then?
Cool. I'd love to get home myself. Oh. But there are scary, mean monsters. in the
Sadly,
woods.
maracas.
I can't get past them.
You could probably sneak right by if you didn't have those noisy maracas.
Oh, never mind him. We have business in the forest.
Yeah, can we leave Rivali behind in the forest?
We can handle the monsters for you.
I mean, all the Guardians canonically have to die anyway. For the champions, I guess. So, could we just shift Rivali's a little further up the timeline and have him die here? We could use his borrowed time to keep Urbosa alive longer. It'd be a win-win. Alright, show me the way to the forest, my dude. Ooh, alright. Dude's just dematerializing doors for us. Okay, we could have done without a cutscene for that. There you go. See, Hestu's fine. Yet more things that aren't shaped like friends. There we go. This he's gonna go down eventually. No matter of when. It's now. You can pass through here, but nowhere else. Watch your step. So you want to continue leading the way? Okay. Wait. Why is he making it sound like he can't fight? He just came out here and sucker punched that choo-choo. Acting like a coward when he knows full well he can fight. Alright, you good? You good, buddy? I'm trusting you to lead the way. Ow. You just kicked me in the face. Any second now. I do like that Zelda just keeps smacking him with like crates and runes and all that. There we go. Time to clear a base? What's this? Oh, right. Big boy, but a skeleton this time. At least we don't have to deal with the eye. Like the sideways blinking eye this time. This is more palatable. I wonder how well he does with bombs. Oh, they do stun him. There we go. Smack his weak point up a little bit. And for some reason this guy makes it real easy on the flurry rushes. And the weak point smashes build up much quicker than you would expect. Oh, well, he's already dead. Heh. Cool. Free stuff. What do you mean if we make it past here? We're here. Oh, there's goop. Well, we don't like the goop. That can go away. What do you mean it might be the work of the Yiga clan? I've never seen anything like that from the Yiga boys before. When did the map get so big? Oh wait, we can now play as Hestu? What? That's a new one that I did not see coming. Okay, so actually, on that note, you can send Zelda up there. I'm gonna send Mifa up here. I'm gonna send Hestu up here. And of course, as Link, I'll take care of this one. You know, it's gotta be a team effort for once. Oh. Oh, that's... I have big concerns about that. I don't like the thought of fighting dark versions of all the characters. But unfortunately, that's where we're at right now. Sorry, Mifa. Okay. That took out some of it. Go command link to head up that way. Because if I'm now playing as... Okay, I'm already here for this. He's just such a happy boy. He deserves the world. Oh, he brings in the little yahahas with him. Oh, well. I didn't mean to use bombs, but I'll take it. Little Maraca Flurry Rush, let's go. That is a beautiful finishing move, and I love it. Alright. Oh, he friggin' Naruto runs too. This is an experience. And his running sounds. This is all definitely a wonderful thing. Hestu is the new best boy. Go defeat Darker Bosa as Hestu. That is asking a lot. Let's just keep this going. Just keep on knocking her down. We'll get there. And out she goes, along with all her Zalfo's buddies. Okay, so now I'm currently Mifa. This is actually perfect, because Mifa and Zelda are both at their locations. Oh. Zelda's gotta fight Daruk. That's certainly a choice. Come on. I just want to keep causing problems on purpose. Oh. I don't like getting yelled into the sky, so please do not. Well, Mifa could really use some healing. Or a good flurry rush. That works too. And he's done. There we go, now Zelda v Daruk. I love how angry they look. Ouch. Hey. Try to hit me, coward? Just kidding. You're already dead. Why does this exist? I love it. Zelda's attacks are really weird, and I'm not sure I like them. Yeah, I'm glad I got the Flurry Rush off, because... Ow. There we go, and now she can finish him off. Perfect. Now we don't have to touch Zelda again for a little bit. And we're clear to keep moving. I love how we've completely abandoned the Lost Forest idea. Because we all split up, but we're going to find our way back to the middle somehow. Ah, the Master Sword. And a friend. Multiple friends. Oh, this is so cool. If he makes one of Zelda... Hey, perfect time to grab the sword that seals the darkness. That dude seems pretty dark. No thank you. Please do not. I personally am a fan of not killing Zelda. Oh. That's new. Hope he has enough hearts to pull it. Or else we're gonna have to come back later.
What?
Oh, I like that it's even like the staged pull in Breath of the Wild, where like he pulls it out in bits as the health drains. It didn't show the health draining or have any of that effect, but like he still pulled it out the same way he does in Breath of the Wild. I love that. Alright, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Or at least his buddies. Oh, they're so weak. We love to see it. Well, there's another one down. As they say, another one bites the dust. Wow. They just melted against the sword. That was powerful, and I am here for it. Who the hell is this guy? Astor. Prophet of Doom. That is admittedly at least a little concerning. Oh, he seems to be a much stronger darkness. What do you mean my power is yours for the taking? You're an asshole. On the verge of having a flurry rush moment. You know, he really makes it kind of easy for me to dodge most of his attacks. Did you just say curse you? That's rude. Oh, but I was having fun in playtime. Holy shit. I can't believe he teleported to dodge my flurry rush. Well, you think he would learn that conjuring the buddies up doesn't do much for him. No thank you? I've decided? Here we go. Just keep knocking him down. Use this. Oh my goodness, the light coming from that sword is pretty wild. Oh, this is not ideal. Nice of him to keep them all together so I can just kind of one-hit all of them. Hey buddy, come on back out of your hidey hole. And he's dead. Well, defeated for this round. I'm sure he will be back. That sword is too powerful. Oh yeah, it seems he's escaped. Who would have guessed? Well, I'll just put the sword back. It seems rude to just steal it without asking, you know? Also, I love that through all that, it doesn't say that he obtained the Master Sword. Ooh. Hylian outfit. Looking good. Hard-boiled egg recipe. I'm sure that offends our little friend from the future.
Great deco tree.
See, I love the Koroks in concept, but after realizing that I would have to collect 900 of them, they have lost some of their luster for me.
Young hero, you have been chosen by the sword to wield its power and vanquish the Calamity. And you, princess, do not lose hope. The
Oh, that's nice.
will open for you soon.
Yeah, just get good. That's all you need to do.
Forgive me. A deep slumber beckons, and even I cannot refuse.
What a mood. Me, every night. A deep slumber beckons and even I cannot refuse.
Is needed to face whatever destiny awaits. Hyrule's fate is in your hands.
No pressure or anything. Alright, what's up next? Oh, we have Hestu. He loves to dance. He favors a set of maracas filled with Korok seeds. Some believe his dancing possesses mystical power. What a glorious ally to have. Okay, let's do some upgrades. Did he? We love that for him. Oh goodness. Oh no. The Korok seeds are something we have to collect a bunch of if we want to get everything. Something about the energy of Hestu just screaming, "I learned a thing," is wonderful to me.
There's more where that came from.
Now we got some pants for Link. Perfect. We ever need to make a fashion statement, we know who to call. Alright, I believe we're set up on things that we can afford. So next up is more story. Cornell Peak. Only Link. Okay.
With the discovery of the knight who seals the darkness, hope spread among the people of Hyrule. Yet unease lingered in the princess's heart. No matter how much she devoted herself to training and research, doubts plagued her.
Well, just believe in yourself. Easy.
To clear her mind, Princess Zelda joined the pilots on a mission to investigate some unusual relics. Alas, their expedition bore no fruit, and they set off on the road back to Hyrule Castle.
You have an unusual relic in the party. Just check out the egg.
How can I... If I am unable to awaken my inner power...
Well, then we'll just have to get over it. He can just... Is he just an ocarina?
Nighty-night.
That's adorable.
I remember you. Enemy ahead!
That kind of killed the moment. I was just vibing out to Zelda's Lullaby, but this is fine. The way that Ravioli holds his bow is really weird. Huh. Get wrecked, idiot. Head for the target position. So we're just going down the hill, hoping Zelda doesn't get lost in the sauce. Come on, Zelda, follow me. There's so many little guys here. You can't take 2 steps without running into a moblin. Oh wait, these are bokoblins. They really leave themselves open to attacks of all kinds. There we go. This place is ours now. Did Zelda make it into here, or is she still back up the hill? Oh, we're on a time limit also. Good to know. Ow, assholes. So I've got time. I could capture this base. As a little bonus thing to do. Have some more soldiers help push down. Because everyone knows, it's very important to make sure you have lots of friends when you're besieging enemy positions. I say as I'm besieging an enemy position completely alone. Oh, I was wondering where the big guy was. Here, have one of these. Consider yourself sealed. Alright. Oh, they left us a lot of room to move here. I'm also taking the wrong path. I was gonna completely lock myself off for any future progress. Alright, for real this time. Ooh, 300 rupees. There we go. Alright. Get out of here. And I know he was about to attack, but I've decided no. And another weak point smash just to finish him off. There we go. And we'll take this base as well on the way down. Because again, we got time. I mean, what are they gonna do? Stop me? Nah. There we go. And the base is ours. I love how easy they make it for us, you know? Just clear out a few of these guys before we go. And we're set. Take out the Wizzy Boy on the way through. Bombs, please. Oh, this poor Moblin's just getting caught up in everything. Sorry. Bye-bye. To all your buddies. I don't know how I've done so much damage that I charged it up again, but out he goes. We will be taking yet another base, please. And the base is ours. You boys single-handedly taking out nearly 1,000 enemies in like the course of a couple minutes. Make it look easy. Will you cut that out? Oh, there's the electric wizrobe. I've been wondering about him. Here you go, buddy. I got one of these for you. Oh, he just straight up died. That works too. This captain looks like he needs some help, so I'll clear him out a little bit. I love just how much chaos goes on these battlefields in these games. But despite that, it's easy to understand where you're going, what you're doing. I don't think there are many games that I could deal with over 1,000 enemies in a few minutes and not be confused in the slightest. And there we go. Oh. Thanks for the free stuff. I mean, I guess I earned it by fighting, but still. Bombs. There we go. The last thing I want is this guy causing more problems. So he's just gonna be dead now. Ooh, I got healed throughout that. Oh, well. This guy just needs to go away, please. Thank you. I was just trying to get out of the way, but I'll take a flurry rush, sure. Come on. And it's over for him. Sorry, buddy, but not sorry also. Okay. I'm almost to the Hylian captain that I need to help. We're almost to 1,000 KOs as well. Excuse me, gentlemen, that's my friend. And the captain's been helped. Hey, Sabrina, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful evening so far. I caught a brief glance at the message you sent me back. You said you were home for the holidays? Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I read. Please correct me if I was incorrect. I like that I got frozen mid-combo there, and it still let me continue my combo once I was unfrozen. Just got home? Nice. I hope you enjoy your time at home. Well deserved. I got an Ice Wizrobe hanging out here that I gotta take care of because he's a bit of an asshole. Here, these guys usually go out in one of these, so yeah, there he goes. Alright. And on we go. Oh yeah. This is so that's interesting that these guys start to show up in regular missions now. So Sabrina, for context, last mission I played, I started running into these like dark ghostly versions of my allies that have been sent by what I assume is the main villain of this game. And now they're just kind of showing up in the middle of other fights when I'm kind of busy doing other stuff. Like, I'm kind of on a time crunch to get to where I need to go. I mean, I guess not really a crunch. This mission really could have given me a much less generous time limit if they wanted to. Oh, you're watching on PS4? Yeah, the doing chat on a console, like anything text related, is always really annoying to me. There we go, this guy can have some free bombs. And then we'll just kill him. We're almost to the place we need to get to. This big boy needs to just die, please. Ow. I'm getting a lot of electric damage in on me right now, and I don't like that. So I'll just send all the boys away. And then problem solved. Ow. I'm really not doing well at dodging those lightning attacks from these guys. Oh, I do not have my thing charged up and ready to go at any given moment. But I got one down. Dealing with two moblins at once does suck, but luckily I'm now dealing with one moblin at once, so... And now he's dead. So now I can get the heck out of here. And towards our mission objective. Which is Big Talos. There's two of them? I am still accepting extra life donations, yeah. Donations are open until the end of the year. So we're kind of hoping we can at least get a little bit more in. All the money that came in from the stream in November, which admittedly isn't a lot, it was just under $50. That has gone towards the charity as well. Whenever it scrolls around to the most recent donation, you can see it was about $50 Canadian. I have 10 minutes to defeat these guys. I'm glad I came here with time to spare. Bomb, please. Here we go. This guy might be dead now? Oh, not quite, but he was close. Yeah, so once we roll around into January, I will be taking the bard off, but for now, it will be there. Trying to damage that stone on his back. I guess his front when he falls over, but... Oh, bomb, please. There we go. Please. There we go. Alright, this might be it. There we go. Alright, so we survived that one. With time to spare, because we're just that good. I like that we just found 5 frogs. Alright, are you going to continue to be sad, Zelda?
He's become so much stronger.
Oh, she's just going to recognize my strength.
I have not.
We love that from her.
I presume that's what you're thinking? Hmm?
More and more monsters have been appearing lately. It is a sign that the Calamity draws near. So, there isn't much time.
Well,
Still,
get working on
no
it.
sign of my power awakening.
This girl has way too much self-doubt.
Perhaps you are missing the point, comparing your progress to Link's. He is the same boy he was before acquiring that sword. He will rise to any.
Wait, is he
challenge
eating...
with no hesitation. That's all there is to it.
Is he
In that
eating
regard,
berries or rocks?
You two are one and the same. Look how hard you've worked to get this far.
Well, you see,
What did the great Deku Tree say? There's no need to fret, princess. I know that you are where you need to be. You must accept that too.
Thank you, Urbosa.
The pilots of the divine beasts, and the knight with the key to defeating Calamity Ganon. In a grand ceremony, these 5 heroes convened, and King Rome bestowed upon each the title of champion. The people
Well,
gave cheer,
this isn't gonna last
ceremony
long.
drew to an end, and the champions enjoyed a moment of rest.
I feel like, yeah, our enjoying a moment of rest will not be a long-lasting occasion.
Did it. We have all the pieces on the board to stop the Calamity. With the knight who seals the darkness, the 4 champions, and you, of course, I'm positive. We can turn back the...
Yes, Little Egg has arrived again. I love him.
Would you stop making a nuisance of yourself? Unlike you, the princess is extremely busy. Hey!
Just slapping her around.
Oh. Now listen, you... Oh. Stop that! We're trying to help the princess here.
Come on, you two. There's no need to fight.
You think she would learn after like the first time or two that it smacks her hand away?
Act so disrespectfully in front of Her Highness. You troublesome teapot!
So, Daruk, about what we discussed.
Ah, so you're ready to begin your training. Let's get to it.
Thank you. I hope to become stronger so that I can fight alongside... Oh, no. I was just,
Enough! Leave me out of this. If you must fight, do it elsewhere.
Come back here, you whiny little... Oh!
Stop it!
The egg just keeps going.
How asinine.
Yeah, I'm glad that Ravioli's leaving. He can just go. I mean, without him, we've still got 4 champions and Zelda. Fine. Alright, do I have anything I can afford? Yes, I do have a couple things I can afford.
Wait until you see my newest moves!
We gotta make sure we're as upgraded as possible. Ooh, another Link upgrade I can afford. Ooh, we love the big combos. What is this? Oh, reduced enemy damage. Yeah? Is that even a question? If I can just get a blanket 5% protection from enemy attacks, why would I not do that? Oh yes, also... You know, I forgot there's also the secondary motivation of upping the like, support in each region. Hadn't even considered that as an outcome. I was just thinking about upgrading myself. Alright, so I think we're pretty well set to continue the story then. Going off to Akala Citadel. Or Akala Tower. I'm so confused, because this says the map tags as Akala Citadel, but the mission tags as Akala Tower. Whatever, either way, we're going to Akala. That's the common theme there.
As the pilots learned how to manipulate the arcane machinery of their divine beasts, Pura led a research expedition to the otherworldly edifice that had appeared on Hyrule Field. This Sheikah Tower was far from the only one of its kind. In fact, such structures were embedded deep in the earth throughout the kingdom, their emergence controlled by a device inside Hyrule Castle.
I love the art in these little, like, mini cutscenes here.
To activate the control device, they would have to bond the Sheikah Slate with a Sheikah Tower. Zelda, Pura, and the champions set out to do just that.
So they say Zelda, Pura, and the champions.
Studying relics again,
But no one ever acknowledges the egg.
You think you have time to busy yourself with things like that?
It's just that
Is the egg about to sass the king? Do it. Punch him in the nuts with your weird little egg legs.
This is from a long time ago. It's a relic
I guess since
found
they're
in the
legs, it would be a
village while
kick.
Mother and I were out exploring. Mother and I, we discussed it at some length together. It seemed special, like it might hold hidden powers. Even after all this time, I've yet to unravel its purpose. But Father, if you allow me to uncover the meaning behind such relics, I believe it could help us to—
Enough! That is not for you to determine.
It doesn't mean I won't continue with my training, Father. But I also want to explore all options.
Shouldn't he be encouraging finding every possible tool?
It seems that you are avoiding your duty.
Kingdom's gonna fall because of this asshole.
Allow it for now. But do not forget your mission.
The egg has no respect for royalty, and I love that about it. Like Zelda tries to speak very respectfully to her father, Link kneels in his presence. The egg just like gets right up in his face and beeps like there's no tomorrow.
So, if they can fix that Sheikah thingamajig, what does that mean for me? I mean us. That thingamajig will tell them where we are and what we're doing. Our cover would be blown, huh? Sounds like bad news.
Measures are being taken.
Huh?
So these guys are in cahoots.
Soon you'll each have...
I don't like the eye on his forehead. Hello?
Respect, Sugar. This is a directive from Lord Ganon. Apologies.
Oh yes, I forgot about the dark egg.
This guardian is possessed by Calamity Ganon, harbinger of destruction.
Wait, Ganon was just chilling in an
I will
egg?
bring this world to its knees.
You are blind, seer. Calamity Ganon is not for mortals to control.
I also just continuously maniacally laugh. That is a sound that it just awakens memories within me of playing Breath of the Wild for the first time. Well, we've got the towers working. So we've got that going for us.
Yes! You did wonderfully!
One down and a whole lot more to go. Time's a-wasting, right?
Zelda and the others had successfully activated the central tower. Under Purah's guidance, they embarked on a mission to restore the ancient structures all across Hyrule.
So what does that do for us, I guess?
They had
Hey, thanks for the raid, Zix. How you doing, man?
all its might to disrupt their quest. The party headed for Akala.
Dark Egg Temple, Hollow Knight Zelda crossover? Maybe.
As did a Yiga clan ambush.
I think Hollow Knight deserves some love from Nintendo. I'm a little sad they didn't get anything in Smash. Loon, how's it going? And Multimokia and Black Mesa Security, welcome. What were you guys doing? What are y'all up to? Oh, you were playing Subnautica. Also, to Sabrina and Chris, if you're still here, go check out Zix. He's pretty cool. We play D&D. And Nedge. Oh man, the whole gang's here. We love to see it. I have yet to play Subnautica myself. I am what's the best way to describe this? Irrationally terrified of anything involving open water. For reference, I played Endless Ocean Blue World on the Wii, which is like a chill scuba diving game, and that game made me so uncomfortable. Like, never met, but you know people who would shit talk me to you? Fair enough. I have a lot of people like that. Good to have you here too, though.
Yes.
But no, I mean, like, I have seen a little bit of Subnautica gameplay, and that is pretty much it. Oh right, I forgot the little egg boy can activate the Guardians. We love that from him. Oh, nice. We got cousins. We love to see it. I like that this guy's saying prepare to die as I'm doing the finishing blow on him. He's kind of getting ahead of himself there. There's another Blade Master up there? Oh yeah, there he is. Right back where I started. I've got to go all the way back here. He's talking to himself. True. I feel like that would make for a very confusing scene in a movie. If the guy's like, somebody just anticipating their own death, it's like, alright, just get ready for it. It's coming. Although that's how I prepare myself for potential character deaths in D&D. I'm just like, this is coming. I might as well just brace myself. Alright. Let the egg do his thing. Although he just screams at the Guardian and it helps us. This one poor Yiga Clan guy who's just getting absolutely stomped by 3 ladies at the same time. Honestly, living the dream. Especially with Urbosa there. Oh. This one bokoblin with a bow thinks he's better than me. You were about to say exactly that. See, this is why we get along so well. It's because we're all on the same page when it comes to the important stuff. Which... Oh, there we go. I forgot which button did the bow and arrows for a second, because it's been a while since I've played this game. I don't like how big this one is. Makes me vaguely uncomfortable. Oh well, he was way off. Why is he leaving the base that he's supposed to be protecting? There we go. Alright. Oh, the egg is out of energy. Alright, we have to find an ancient furnace? Investigate the simple ancient furnace. Oh, that makes sense. Hello. This is how you recharge an egg, in case you ever need to know. Yeah, I love how like ridiculously proportioned they make the enemies that are more important to be aware of. Because you've got crowds of people that are all exactly the same, and then friggin' like Yiga Blade Master here, the size of Lady Dimitrescu. And I'm all over it. He needs to work on his outfit game, though, if he wants to live up to that standard. All he's really got at this point is the height. But yeah, like, even the ones with the same character models. Hello, please let me in. Yeah, the big standard guys are even weirder. Oh, we've got to go on like a journey. Hold on. We're gonna send Zelda down to that one. Tell Link to go. I guess we'll actually tell Link to wait here. Tell Zelda to go to this one first. We'll run as Mipha to the other two. Just save ourselves some time. Oh. Instead of turning on the furnace, I just broke some boxes. Oh, Suga's here. Suga my nuts, am I right? Second time I've used that joke today. Still not ashamed of it. These guys just, like, set themselves up for death at any given opportunity. Alright, well, that's one spot cleared. Open up these chests for myself. And then we'll just kind of zoom by all these guys. They're not causing any trouble. Hey. Heard y'all have a furnace. I do also love that it like freezes everyone in place when I do these like big special attacks. I just love the vibe of like everyone being forced to wait while I blow up my like jutsus. Alright. Now we can take over it for Zelda. Sorry guys, I have places to be. You're gonna have to wait for me to come back to deal with you. Zelda's just going on a little jog on her own. I love how they do like pretty much nothing to try and stop me. They all just kind of like flail around for a second with their sticks and then watch me go. It's got nothing better to do. Oh my goodness, why are there... I thought I saw... Oh no, there are two of them here. Okay, yeah. I mean, pop off, I guess. These are some interesting attacks. We can just kind of keep it going at this point. I love the energy of Zelda having no like combat skills of her own, and so just depending on ancient magic to take care of everything for her. And I mean, like, it works for her, absolutely. It really does suit. What? Wait, her finishing move is just using the picture function on the Sheikah Slate? It's the first time I've done that one. That's true. Casting Fist is a perfectly viable option. If you've got the spell prepared, might as well, right? Yes. I was saying earlier, they've done a fantastic job with integrating like both the Warriors like gameplay loop, but with Breath of the Wild gameplay mechanics, like using the runes in combat, the different, like, the flurry rush, stuff like that. It's just so well done. Yeah, I think, because, like, I think the original Hyrule Warriors was alright. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't... It was basically just a fan service Zelda game, as opposed to, like, a good title on its own. I used the wrong thing, but it's fine. It still seems to have worked, so I'll take it. Because, like, there wasn't really a strong story in the original Hyrule Warriors. It definitely wasn't any... Yeah, and that was the other thing I was about to say, is it was just kind of like an excuse to get a bunch of characters together. The one thing I will appreciate that they gave us was Linkle. I think we need more of her just existing, please. But yeah, I mean, like, it was, as much as it was an alright game on its own, this one is just an improvement in every way. Yeah, you wanna undo your thing so I can flurry rush? Or I can just mess up the timing. There we go. We need more people in the Church of Linkle, so I'm glad you're here. I'm assuming that's what you're amening to. Hey, come here. Oh, actually, he makes it real easy. If I remember to hit the button. Which I didn't. Okay, you know what? That works. You got us where we needed to be. Alright, now that Zelda's finished on her own little journey, we're gonna go see Link again. I realize I really probably shouldn't have sent Zelda off to do two of them, because I think her game, so far out of her, out of all the characters I've unlocked, I think I'm weakest with her attacks. Like, I just don't have a firm grasp of her combos, and her gameplay style isn't as much one I enjoy. Although Zelda is cute AF. And that does make it a little better. Good, Rampaging Guardian, we love to see it. Thank you, Egg. I love that we put all that effort in to power up the egg to make the Guardian flail around a little bit and scare them. Hey guys. I know this is a little cliche, but take me to your leader. Also, the thing about enemies, like, respawning across the map also fits really well, because you can kind of make it fit within the Zelda lore, between the regular monsters being things that, like, respawn with Ganon's power on, like, a blood moon. They can just say that it's happening more often now because the Calamity is happening. And then with the Yiga clan, like, of course they just teleport in out of nowhere. That's kind of what they do. Like, it's just... It's a perfect combination of things that, like, it makes sense and it works for the gameplay, as opposed to, like, in the regular Warriors games, it would just be, like, enemies show up and there's no real explanation for it. Oh, there doesn't need to be, it's just nice when there is. This room is just kind of vibing on its own. Gotta go back out and go the other way. Yeah, true. Yeah, no, just the whole concept of the Calamity and kind of the lore behind it was always something that interested me. Oh, I accidentally flurry rushed Suga when trying to just zoom around the map for fun. We love that. Here, have one of these, buddy. Yeah, exactly that, Loon. Like, I enjoy it when my games and stuff, like, have a solid canon, but I can have fun without it. Suga. Oh, Suga's bitching out again? Yeah, off he goes. Oh, he's just moved to another location. The last thing you want is to be taken to a secondary location. Yeah, like... Oh. Yeah, haha, you found me. Yeah, and like seeing what Hyrule was like before the Calamity, like, that's such a cool thing to me, because I always... a lot of people will like crucify me for this, but Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game that I like fully played. I'd played like a tiny bit of Ocarina of Time and like a tiny bit of maybe Wind Waker or something. Like I'd barely touched the games, but Breath of the Wild was the first one I picked up and like fully played, and it was so cool, like to see the world, and now it's so cool to kind of see what it was like before everything happened. Street smiles, yeah. Oh no. We were talking about Lionel's earlier, very briefly, and I'm so afraid. Yeah, we just kind of exposed that Korok, who was probably trying to hide from all the chaos going on. But he's like, yeah, you found me. Your first Zelda was Phantom Hourglass. You know what, that is an interesting one. I will say, before since playing Breath of the Wild, I have gone back and properly played both Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. And I plan on doing Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. It's just I just haven't yet. Here we go. It's not going to kill him, but... Yeah, I've been taking a lot of opportunities to get into series that I kind of like missed out on playing when it was their time. Xenoblade Chronicles with the re-release on the Switch was a recent one for me. Friggin' love that. Oh yes, Link Between Worlds. I'll have to pick that up. I've heard very good things about that one as well. Wind Waker was fantastic. I would 100% recommend it. It's the kind of game that I will probably be going back to at some point just to play again, because it's just a charming game. Trying to think of what else. Oh, well, I missed that. That's fine. Oh, here, have one of these. Saved it up just for you. What else have I recently played that was something that I kind of like missed out on in its day? I've been wanting to get into the Donkey Kong Country games because my best friend is, like, those are his favorite games, but I've never even touched one of them. He has nothing but good things to say about those games. Oh, we get a special kill move on the Lionel this time. Oh, that's actually really cool that the big special move against him, the flurry finisher move, whatever, has a different attack when it's the end of his health, which is not something that every enemy has. You know, just the whole vibe of Wind Waker is such a special thing. Like, there's only, like, I think there's only 2 other Zelda games in the entire series that have even, like, a similar art style. It's like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, right? Pretty sure those are the 2. But yeah, no, it's just such a nice game. And especially, like, the my opportunity to play it was with the HD remake on the Wii U, and holy shit, the like, they made quality of life changes to the game based on a lot of the things that people kind of took issue with, like the, kind of how tedious it was in some aspects. So they did a lot of, like, a lot of stuff to streamline some of the stuff that people complained took too long and it was just a really tedious task rather than just being fun. And the visual updates, like, they kept true to the style, but made it look so freaking good. Absolutely gorgeous game. And yeah, like I played Breath of the Wild on the Switch, and then my Twilight Princess and my Wind Waker playthroughs were on the Wii U with the HD versions. You're not getting anywhere, Suga. Here, have one of these. Okay, he's running off somewhere else now. Here's another one of those large but normally proportioned dudes. Oh, but he left. He was there. Oh, we found their banana storage. Good to know. Wait, what are these guys doing in a Yiga clan hideout? Played them back when they first came out, and I didn't miss anything the Wii U releases didn't make even better. Nice. Yeah, because that's what I've heard, is like they're very, very faithful remasters, but just like with generous quality of life improvements. Also, unfortunately, I no longer own my Wii U, but since having played those games, I have recently acquired Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the GameCube, because I still wanted to own them in some capacity. And of course I have my GameCube collection that I've been building up for a couple of years now, so it's been very nice to add some classics to the list. I love their conference room with a shit ton of bananas. Oh yeah, Keys. Keys are definitely something that I am not a fan of. But I understand where they're coming from, in terms of how much they suck. Potassium. Chris, get the banana. I saw a video where somebody just took a bunch of clips of Deltarune, and I was assuming he was going with the ice attack again, so I kind of preemptively did that. Can you imagine if they replaced Keys with Primal Aspids? I'm good, thanks. But I saw a clip where somebody took a bunch of clips of Queen from Deltarune and put like a GLaDOS voice over her, and it worked exactly as well as you would expect. Alright, this place is ours now.
Indeed.
Hey, Sean, how you doing, man? Thank you for 8 months. That is insane. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Everybody go, hold on. Go check out my dude, Sean. He is, I can't carry any more weapons? Bro. You know, check out my dude, Sean, Sheenbean. He plays video games, he plays music. He just released a Christmas album, and it is wonderful. And, no, he's just genuinely very wholesome guy. Love him to death. Alright, what weapons am I getting rid of? Anything with low damage output, obviously. I think anything at 15 or lower really just isn't going to enter my hands ever, so I think those are safe to clear out. Perfect. But no, on the topic of GLaDOS voices, I'm so glad that somebody made like a,
Oh, what a magnificent view! We're so
I don't know if they'd call it like a voice synthesizer, but like you can basically enter whatever text you want and GLaDOS will say it.
Have you found anything yet?
So glad it exists.
So, by bonding this with the Sheikah slate...
What's that? Pura?
Oh, she's just lost in the research.
Towers have got a lot of
Yeah, that's the one.
inside.
I'm glad that somebody knows what I'm talking about, because I don't.
Designed to scan their surroundings for Calamity Ganon. When we activate them, the terminals load the Sheikah slate with a map of the area. You can see the geography nearby and locate monsters as easy as click snap.
So we can track down the enemy and take them by surprise.
Precisely!
That's the energy I give off as well, so it's fine. I think if we all have like a shred of knowledge, together we might know something about most things. By our powers combined, we may have the intelligence of a single person. Alright, we have unlocked a lot more stuff, which means we can get a lot more upgrades.
For once, you've done well.
Oh, I've qualified for the Trial of the Great Fairies by paying a lot of rupees. Yeah, we just need to hook up our brain cells into like a multi-threaded system. I should probably be looking at what some of these things do. Oh, reduce time between magnesis uses. Oh, that's good. I'm glad I went for that brainlessly. Okay, so I think recipes will probably be my lowest priority buys. Maracas, no, that's just weapon capacity. Oh, reduce time between cryonis uses? Absolutely.
Impressive.
We love improving our abilities. I think that's all that we can afford for those, so we'll just get whatever upgrades we can afford after that.
I am stronger than before.
Oh, bombs. Perfect. We love bombs.
You did well.
Anything else here? I can afford that recipe. Perfect.
Amazing!
I think we're out of things that I can afford, so I guess it's mission time now? Yeah. What's this? Ooh, destroy the Yiga clan at the Yiga clan hideout. Recommended level 33. Link is level 32. We got this. I've been underleveled before. We won't talk about Zelda's level situation right now. That's unimportant at the moment.
Now that the network of Sheikah towers had been restored in full, the Sheikah slate bestowed upon Zelda's party detailed knowledge
It's...
of all Hyrule.
I love that line so much in Arrested Development. It's one banana, Michael. What could it cost? $10?
Pura began running calculations to locate monster cats.
Great show.
And the Yiga clan hideout. In hopes of heading off an assault on Hyrule Castle before it could begin, Urbosa and Divine Beast Va Naboris were sent on a mission
Wait,
to root out
if Link needs to level up and we're going to a Yiga clan hideout to do it, there's always levels in the banana stand. Oh, there she is.
Well, it's time. You and I must now ride into battle without the luxury of training. Then again,
It's a very good show.
is the best teacher.
I'm kind of sad that Netflix took down the original version of season 4 because I actually really liked it. I know they got a lot of flack for it, but I was vibing with it. When they cut it together to make it more similar to the rest of the seasons, it kind of lost some of it for me, which is weird. But I kind of like it when shows do a little bit of a departure from what they usually do. Because originally, so like the whole thing with the show is normally with all the episodes, you kind of like see what everybody's getting up to and how it affects each other. But with the original version of Season 4, each episode was following one character, and you would see a lot of things that you wouldn't understand. But then you'd watch another episode that focused on another character and what they did over the course of the season. And you'd understand how it all tied together. It was kind of like, it made it a lot better on rewatches, because you would be like, you'd see the outcomes of everyone's actions. It was very weird, but it worked for me. Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of people didn't seem to want to dedicate that much brainpower to like remembering things. So they caught a lot of flack for having the season like that, and then Netflix eventually recut it into a much more normal season where everything kind of happened linearly and you would see what every character was getting up to every episode. No, don't throw shit at me. That's very rude of you. Oh, I forgot about Moldugas. These guys definitely exist. Yeah, and the original version of Season 4 isn't up anywhere. Like, they don't even give the option of seeing it. It's just like... You got the new version, and you learn to live with it. The Moldugas are such weird enemies, but very intimidating. Just gonna keep slamming lightning down everywhere. True. I think the first time I fought one, I still hadn't quite got the grasp of Urbosa's. But it was fun. Oh my goodness. Did you see how high he went? He was yeeting himself in my direction. And there he is again. Sir. No one asked you. Here, have one of these. That man really took, that guy's really going for unarmed combat. Like, be the weapon. Also, he doesn't have arms, so... Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. I love having the game basically be like, here you go. Pilot a divine beast. It's what everyone wanted. No, fucking annihilate everything in your path. Also leads quite nicely into the hole in Hyrule Mountain. I might not be that far in yet. If you're referring to like something that happens later. I still like have little to no knowledge of what happens in this game. This is my first time through it and I haven't seen any gameplay. Oh, they never mention it or make it a point in lore. Okay. Makes sense.
Using Pura's insights, Urbosa easily accomplished her mission. Thus, where Zelda and the others witness to the immense capability of the Sheikah Towers.
Oh, okay, yeah, that does make sense.
The Varna Boris mission cleared a
And with the amount of chaos that I'm causing every time I pilot them, it makes sense that a stray laser would make it over there.
The champions moved in to strike at once.
I know it wouldn't work primarily because Breath of the Wild came out first, but it would be so cool if the way that you played this game affected how the world looked in Breath of the Wild. Like especially those Guardian segments, like you could change the landscape to some extent. That would be so cool. I can't think of many games that would have something like that, where like, because I've seen things where like your choices in one game can affect, you know, some of how the story starts or continues in other games. But I've rarely seen ones where your actions affect the world on a scale that persists between games. I think it would have been really cool if Lionhead Studios had made a proper Fable 4. And of course this would have been a huge undertaking, but if Lionhead Studios had made a proper Fable 4 and it had built off of how you ended the game in Fable 3, because the world could be significantly different in that game depending on how you went through it. Like, between the overall end goal of the game and like the choices that you make as the king or queen once you reach that point, the world can be significantly different from one player to another. So it would have been so cool if they had been able to build off that. But unfortunately, Fable 3 was a weaker game than Fable 2, and a lot of people didn't have faith in them to continue the series. I think Microsoft included. I am really looking forward to the new Fable, though. I'm hoping, I have a feeling Turn 10 is going to do very well with it, because they've been fantastic with the Forza games. Thank you. It is a new sweater. I just got it earlier this week, actually, and I've been vibing with it. I like your face, Sean. I also did enjoy the Christmas album. I listened to it this morning and had a very good time with it. You're out for Northern Winter? Yeah, true. Luckily, I get to be inside a vast majority of the time, so I don't have to be too bundled up most of the time. It's just nice to be warm and cozy inside. Oh, you missed what I said, Sean? Or the basic gist of what I said to you were three things. One, thank you. I got the sweater this week. Two, I like your face. And three, I like your Christmas album. And that was the gist of what you missed. Also, solid rhyme, unintentional. Whoa. Barbosa just got fucking murdered. This is fine. Can't believe she's dead. Yeah, like it was fun. I enjoyed it. You should do like a cover album every so often. just pick a few songs or get people to vote on a few songs and just go crazy with it. Oh, I am accidentally throwing bombs at this man. I'm sure he'll be fine. I do love that they went with the I love that they kept up the thing with like the Master Sword. If you're at full health, it like shoots out lasers and like the wave attacks and all that. Oh, that would be really cool. I can get behind that idea. I know it's not really my place to have any say in it, but still. We do love Zelda with the Master Sword. Zelda's a pretty cool dude. I like his blue outfit. Yikes, that was a lot of dudes with spears. Impa is a little salty about the dudes with spears. Oh, this is... I don't like the look of that spiky looking bomb ball in the back of the room there. It brings me some level of concern. It's an energy that I very much don't like to be around. Ow. Uncalled for, my dude. Can't see where this guy is half the time. It's a very tightly packed room. I'm just gonna kill this guy with regular attacks before I get a single flurry off on him. Alright. See you later, buddy. A scout has appeared. I feel like we've got a lot of... Oh, I almost died. That would have been mad unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Gentlemen. Uncalled for. Alright. Down into the caves. Hello, my dude. Oh, the scout's being ambushed? How rude. Guys, have some respect for my boy, please. That was another example of me using the wrong... Hey, Nebs, thanks for the follow, man. I used the wrong rune, but still got the result I was looking for in the end, so I'll take it. Oh. Ow. Asshole. Come on. I messed up the flurry rush, but I still got the kill, so I'll take it. Alright, who's up next? Oh wait, that's our scout? Hey girl. I'm here for it. Impa is pretty broken. Today was the first time I got to play Hestu, and he is friggin' hilarious. Just the aggressive maracas. Now hold on, Sean, are you talking Impa in Breath of the Wild or in Age of Calamity? Because that is a distinction to be made. Breath of the Wild. You know what? Fair enough. You know what? I'm not going to judge you. aid the scout. Oh, there is a single... Oh no, there's a different scout that I have to aid. Okay. Understandable. I could take this path. Oh, that's a lot of friends. I mean, not anymore. Link's out here with $12,000. Who do you think is the ultimate Zelda waifu? Actually, funny enough, you are the second person to ask me this question. Not worded the exact same, but the second person to ask me a question of that nature in the last 48 hours. So, I was asked it as a two-part question. Part one was which Zelda is the best. As in which incarnation of Zelda, not which Zelda game. So I was asked which of the Zeldas is the best Zelda, and which girl in the Zelda games is the best, period. My answers, completely subject to my own personal tastes, are Breath of the Wild Zelda and Urbosa, because mommy. But, so no, I've had those answers locked and loaded and ready to go since before I was asked the question for the first time, but, they've always served me well. What about Impa because grandma? Personally not a big grandmommy kind of guy, but you know what? I'm not here to shame because I know if we're about to get into the shame game, there's a lot of ammunition against me that I do not want brought up here. Where's the door I'm looking for here? This way. Right there. Perfect. I'm sure the scout's okay. I've only left her waiting for, like, an absurd amount of time. Don't even get you started on Tifa versus Jessie. Listen, man, everybody's got preferences. It's just sometimes other people's are wrong, and Jessie is the best girl. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, actually, on the topic of Tifa and Jessie and Final Fantasy VII in general, I now have Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for the PS5, which means that sometime soon I can take the opportunity to play through the bonus episode with Yuffie and all that. So I will be returning to that at some point, probably before too long. So we can see, we can have the whole experience. Did we make it? Oh no, we have not made it yet. But yeah, soon we can play more of Final Fantasy VII. So we have another scout who's just stuck here, not having a great time. No. I've decided you don't get to attack, sir. Impa, are you gonna participate, or are you just kind of here? She's really just kind of doing her own thing, isn't she? Which, I mean, like, it's not like I need her help, but, you know, I wouldn't have complained if she wanted to help. Yeah, she's just out for a walk. Here's where to find the hidden door, she says. Wow, that doesn't seem very hidden at all. Imagine if... So I know that the unspoken thing that happened there is that she showed us where the door was and then we all went there and opened it. But imagine a world in which just simply having the knowledge of a secret door was enough to make it open for you. Like, no extra tasks, just as soon as you know that there's a secret door in the room, you're like, yep, it's open. Suga. Let me break you, please. Anyway, there we go. Oh, just absolutely obliterating this man. Eh, loser. Impa is... okay, I was about to say, Impa still isn't doing anything, but she's redeemed herself. Urbosa is definitely pulling her weight, and we love that from her. I accidentally flurry rushed while I was just trying to take a second and look at my phone. Here, have some bombs, my dude. I love how he has like a bunch of allies in this room, but because of the like collateral damage of me swinging my sword around like a madman, they're not able to participate in the fight. Ow. What the hell was that? That was a lot of damage at once. Here, have some bombs. And now I can just kill him. Here you go, sir. Farewell. Wait, where's Zelda been this whole time? She just kind of showed up again. Alright, head for the deepest level. I was just breaking shit. And then we yahaha. Ooh, it's time. I recognize this place. How's it going, big boy?
Look what you did. Well, I don't mind. I don't mind one itsy bitsy bit.
This guy, I don't know what vibe he's giving off, but it is certainly a vibe.
Because your thread's about to get cut.
And I'm the shears. Snip, snip! Hey!
Here it comes. Yes, indeed.
What a relief it will be! You medicals are out of the picture!
Have I played Doom Eternal? I've played a little bit of it. But I wanna properly play through like Doom and Eternal.
Is gonna kill you all to death!
I love Koga so much.
Ready?
He is a force to be reckoned with in the weirdest of ways. This is a man whose power cannot be matched by a mere mortal. The ball has made it. I barged into his napping spot, sans invite. Did he say sans? He did. Oh yeah, no, the voice acting is fantastic. I think it's something that I'm really glad that Breath of the Wild started on, was giving, like, proper voice acting to the characters. Megalovania time. Da-da-da-da. So imagine a Breath of the Wild game, or a Zelda game, in the style of Undertale. It'd be so weird. But they've done a lot of weird Zelda games. I feel like there are a lot of games that could benefit, or that could be done well in a style similar to Undertale. Oh. Now this I like. The, kind of like the dual bosses, and having to deal with them both. I don't as much like the, what if I just light him on fire? It is crazy that they put Falco in Deltarune, and we love that. Do Lionel's in Breath of the Wild when? That just gives me flashbacks to Small Ant playing a modded version of Breath of the Wild where every enemy is a Lionel. Like, literally every enemy in the game replaced by a Lionel. I love some of those weird challenges that Small Ant does. Oh, Point Guard did similar, but all Guardians too? Oh, yeah, I can believe it. Catch the randomizer stuff? Yes. Like, well, I mean, they do a lot of randomizer stuff, so it depends on which one you're talking about. The Platinum one? Oh, Breath of the Wild randomizer. I'm not sure if I've watched as much of that one. One of the recent ones I've been watching them do a lot of is the, I need that bomb, thank you. Yeah, no, one of the recent ones I've been watching a lot of is, the multiplayer mod that Small Ant had Crafty Boss make for Mario Odyssey, which is just insane in general that exists. Yeah, like, I'm just super impressed with it. We almost got Koga down. Please, please, yeah, no, it's insane how much they can do. I know Point Crow has like $25,000 on the line for anybody who can make a Breath of the Wild multiplayer mod. Which, it would take a lot of work to make that happen, but everyone would know your name at that point if you were to do it as well. It's just really cool what fans can do.
Huh? Hey, Prophecy Man! You missed the part where we get walloped!
Prophecy Man.
I am afraid we cannot overlook this failure.
Can't do it.
Seer.
I love Koga interjecting. Can't do it.
Even this defeat.
Huh?
Oh yeah, no, like
As you
I know some, like a few things about programming, but damn, I would not be able to do something like that. Not with the skill level that I have right now.
So you see then. Good. We will need each other's help if we are to achieve our grand.
This dark magical dude talking about his glorious
You and I are
purpose.
bound. Let us turn our eyes to the task before us. Yes.
Yeah, I was noticing the same thing. Like, the dude definitely gives me a vibe of, like...
Useful, I admit.
I know, right? Oh,
Like, he's definitely more significant than
gotta show ya.
just a one-off villain that showed up for this game. I gotta know what's up with him. I like that she gave them no warning about what was about to happen. She figured out the teleport and she was like, have fun, suckers.
A little warning would have been nice.
Sorry. But look.
Like, let me just tear you apart, atom from atom, and then rebuild you over here. You don't get to consent, it's just happening.
Right now we can't teleport many people at once. And anywho, there aren't many places we can travel. But with further study, I think these towers will be invaluable. Lucky for us, I have lots of new researchers on my team too. It won't be
How did she get so many
easy, but we won't let
researchers?
that stop us, eh?
I know that you won't.
Also, where's Robbie? Hit me with the crazy guy.
I wish I could join you, but now
Egg.
anyway, I'm
I
glad
want him
you're
to sing
happy,
again.
Kura.
We need more Egg Serenade. Oh, that's what he reminded me of. He reminded me of the turret serenade from the end of Portal 2. Which is a vibe that not enough games have given me. Is there anything I can afford on this map before I move on? Yeah, I can see some stuff.
I won't stop aiming higher.
What else can be afforded around here? Not much at the moment. What is this? Oh, discount. Yeah, sure.
Bravo! Superb!
Anything else catching my eye around here? Oh, there's one. I love Hestu. Screaming about how he learned a thing.
Beautiful work. All the better to help my friends.
Alright, I believe that's everything that I can afford for right now. We just have the one mission to continue the story? Yeah, it looks like it. Again, we're a level behind, but that's fine. I feel like Link can handle it. I'll probably finish this mission, then hop off for the night. This has been fun, but
Are you certain of this?
Yes.
don't want to go too late.
Zelda's next birthday will mark
Oh,
the
there's
date
Robbie.
of Calamity Ganon's return.
Yes. That is.
It happens on her birthday?
Kate, at least.
That's so mean.
Time has run out, then.
You know,
Zelda,
I kind of already got this impression from
you
the
are
rest of the
knight
Legend of Zelda series.
to the spring of courage.
But Ganon's a bit of an asshole.
No matter what it takes, you must awaken your power before the Calamity returns.
Can't she have one nice birthday? Like,
Records derived from the Friendly Guardian indicated that Calamity Ganon would return on Zelda's 17th birthday. Desperate to preempt this grim future, King Rome ordered his daughter to train at the Spring of Courage.
oh, that's one of the memories from Breath of the Wild, isn't it?
The king, Princess Zelda, and every living
Zelda and Link at the
could
the
sense the
Fountain of Courage. Yeah.
of a looming scourge.
See, it's been a long time since I've played the game, but I'm remembering things.
I will do whatever I can, as I am right now. Even if all I have to give is my faith that things will work out.
Yeah, right? Like,
This is the
Zelda's just having a rough time of it, and
even so,
I need a timeline where Zelda can just be happy and not deal with all this shit.
all of the research into the relics, if I cannot awaken to my power, will have been in vain. Everyone else is carrying out their duties with such grace. I am the only one who cannot live up to her own potential.
Princess Zelda. Why not? Let's go take a break somewhere. I've gotten really.
Oh yeah,
suddenly
that's
really
true.
hungry.
She's even younger than 17. She is a child, and she has got the weight of the world on her tiny little shoulders. Hey, you guys are kind of interrupting a moment. Zelda's kind of going through it, so if y'all can just kind of peace out for a little bit. Yeah, we do appreciate the energy of Link being a very supportive knight. Alright, see you later, dude. Ooh, a nice flurry rush. Not so nice lack of a flurry rush. That's on me, though. Hey, Guardian Turret 12, how's it going? Yeah, Link's putting some sauce on it here. He's gotta look good for Zelda, you know? Do Link have a weapon that you like? What kind of weapons do you like? Right now, I'm just vibing with the Master Sword. You hate the Master Sword? Oh, well then I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm also the bearer of the Master Sword. The monsters keep coming, everyone stay focused, don't worry about me. Zelda, we are literally here to worry about you. That is kind of our job. Hold on. I'm gonna send Mipha over to this one. Actually, wait. No, she can take care of it. You like vinyl weapons? That is fair. For me, it's just like the swords are the ones that I kind of just vibe with the combos the most so far. The Master Sword is a pretty strong one, so here I am. Get this guy out of here. Alright, that's one. See y'all later. Ow. Assholes. Every time. I got a soup ladle, let's go! Octoroks do really suck. It's a fun name to say, but not a fun enemy to encounter. It's weird. So, you know, a lot of people are like big Zelda fans since the start, but since I was a very late comer to the Zelda franchise, most of my knowledge of Zelda before Breath of the Wild came from like, and I admit this is a very weak source of information, or a very unusual source of information, was classic or adventure mode in Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. Like, I knew of Octoroks, I knew of Redeads, I knew of like Link, Zelda, Sheik, Ganondorf. Which, admittedly, in the grand scheme of things, isn't a lot of knowledge, but like that was pretty much what I knew about Legend of Zelda, and the only reason I knew it was because of Smash Bros. Okay, Octoroks, y'all can cut it out. Wait, why do you hate it because of the beams? They're so helpful. Other weapons don't do beams? Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole thing of the Master Sword, is that it does like has extra bonus effects when you're at full health. I mean, I don't know, man. You're free to like and dislike what you want, but they really work for me. I vibe with it. So we've taken care of a bunch of monsters. Electric Moblin appeared close to Zelda. Bruh. Hold on, I'm on my way. Pardon me, gents. Well, these are a lot of guys that don't seem to care about actually stopping me. Hey, I'm here to stop you, so please pardon me. Zelda, why are you... It's okay, I'm here. You can go back to meditating. You don't need to stand there fretting. Ow. Why would you just stab me? So rude. I say as I flurry rush him. There we go. Alright, Zelda. You can go back. No, don't come further out here. Oh, help Zelda escape. Okay. You seem to be holding a lot of hate in. Hey, I mean, more power to you, I guess. You do you. I'm going to continue enjoying the things I like. You gotta... You gotta spend less time dwelling on the things you hate and more time enjoying the things that you like. I think it really helps with, it just helps. It's a lot nicer. Life gets real annoying if you just focus on all the things you hate. They say to... Oh, Zelda is just trapped in between all of these gents. So you should probably get going a little bit. Did we say something about breaking down this tree? You do like Urbosa? Nice, common ground. Ow, sir. Ow, sir. This guy just needs to not be around anymore. That would be greatly appreciated. There we go. Out of here, please. There we go. Did they say there was something we could do about this tree? I don't know. And we'll go down and make sure Zelda gets out of here okay. Oh, remote bombs. There we go. That's fine. I mean, you can continue to hate it. That's... I'm not going to do anything to convince you otherwise. Like, if you're that deep-seated against it, that's a shame, but... I'm the one playing the game, and I enjoy using the Master Sword, so I'm going to keep doing it. Sorry. Welcome back, Sean. Good to have you. Oh, what are we getting, Sean? Bombs, please. Wait, why did I block myself on the other side of the tree? Now I have to go all the way around here. Chocolate smoothie from 7-Eleven? Nice. Oh no, wait, no, never mind, not nice. That is not good. That is not an ideal situation right there. In fact, I would say that is a very distressing situation. It is not ideal in the slightest. Ow, that dude just friggin' baseball batted me across the planet. Here. Just be on fire, please. Thank you. Yeah, he really do be. I suggested dwelling less on the bad and more on the good. That's what I do when I hate something. What do you mean hurry up and head for where Zelda is? I'm trying to take down this moblin because he's gonna cause problems on purpose. See, look at that. Now I can go help Zelda. Focus less on the sad and more on the food. How do you focus on the food when the food is not good? Do you then stop focusing on the food? Pardon me, gentlemen. I would like you to stay back there behind the tree. You just be sad. You know what? Totally fair. Oh, wait. Yahaha? Yahaha. Let's go. Little happy boys. So what even is this game? This game is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It is, if you've ever seen any of the Warriors games, it's one of those that is a prequel to Breath of the Wild. If you have not seen a Warriors game, it's basically a very over-the-top beat-em-up kind of game. Tons of enemies, very strong, overwhelming attacks. It's just like big power fantasy, the game, and I love it. I don't sense any... Wait. Input just said, I don't sense any monsters around, but yet. And then a ton of monsters appeared. Alright. The same gamers that agree with the Vaporeon copy pass to say Mifa is the best girl. You are calling people out today, Sean. Men of culture say that Urbosa is the best girl. Would you, Sean, would you group, so I'm not saying that this is my own personal opinion, I'm just wondering, would you group in Mifa fans with Shape of Water people? If you've seen that movie. I'm not sure if I would. Yes? Okay, well. I'm on the fence about it. Because I kind of see where somebody would come from with that. I don't know. Also with pirates who jump off boats after mermaids. So, it's actually topical that you say that, because recently we had an issue with that in our D&D campaign of being lured off our boats by sirens. Shape of Water is definitely more of a gray area, I agree. Yeah, these guys can just kind of piss off a little bit. Zelda's trying to heal up, rest at the fire. Did you call the Siren Lovers Vaporeon Sims? No. Unfortunately, I was one of the ones who was bewitched by her singing. Until I was nearly shot by a cannonball by one of my own teammates. I had to take a second out of slow-mo to recognize what rune I needed to do. Oh, that guy survived that? Good for him. I don't agree that he should have survived it, but good for him for surviving it anyway. There we go. Link and their allies have kept Zelda safe. Nice. And Zelda has recovered some health? She didn't recover much health, it seems. Alright, we're continuing to get her out of here. Continue heading for the escape point. These are relics I recognize toppled around here, but they appear broken. Well, that's a shame. I'm glad I had thought to dodge away from that choo-choo. Alright, let's get out of here, Zelda. I like, again, this guy's gonna die before I get the flurry rush off on him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Enemy kill counts in these missions, in these games, usually number in the hundreds. It's quite common. I think recently, one of the missions I ran earlier this evening landed me at over 1,000. I don't like these gents. I'm fine without them existing. But no, these games are great if you just want to like go wild and beat the shit out of somebody, you know? It's truly great fun. I've let this same guy hit me with the same attack 3 times. That was a choice. You coming, Zelda? Alright. The road is blocked. I feel like we can do something about that. Perhaps with our egg and maybe a destroyed guardian nearby? Wait, the relics are moving. Ma'am? Huh. I guess let's see what this does. Oh, yeah, haha. I just wanted to break a box, but that works too. My destructive urges keep being rewarded. It's gonna Pavlov me into breaking shit every day for the rest of my life. Okay, what this? That is the most aggressive watering can I have ever seen. And I am here for it. Oh yes, my chair chaos at the orphanage? No, it was great. The chairs needed to be tipped over. They were begging for it. As soon as I realized they had physics, we all knew what needed to be done. Once again, I hate that their eyes close sideways. Why he have tree? I'm fine without, thanks. Well, the jiggle physics. I don't know if that counts as jiggle, but you know what? You know what? I'm hitting him with fire, because I can. When in doubt, just set the dude on fire. Or maybe hit him with some electricity, who knows? Anything could happen. Maybe I'll hit him with some ice. This dude just is not having a good time. Courtesy of me. And he's... oh, another one with a special kill animation. Oh, sword in the eye. That does not look fun. And down he go. Rip. We got him.
Is everyone all right? Oh, thank goodness.
We're all right because of you, Princess. Your keen senses saved us.
Well,
It was a weird way to say that sentence.
really, it was thanks to your strength.
Now you listen to me.
Okay.
You said that you are the only one who can't live up to your potential. But that's completely untrue. I mean, you saved all of us just now.
We love the pep talk.
All of your effort, your research is not in vain, Princess.
Egg. You want to replay DDLC? Fair. That is an adventure of a game. I did my replay when DDLC Plus came out, and it was an experience yet again.
I want...
Great game.
I will fight to fulfill my duty until the very end.
Dan Salvato deserves every bit of success he got from that game, and I look forward to seeing what he makes next.
That's really all I can do.
Although, again, wild that he came from modding Smash Bros. Into a horror visual novel. Oh, Link cannot carry any more weapons. Well, let's eat anything under 20 at this point. Except the soup ladle. We're keeping the soup ladle. Oh no, these... Okay. I think that's good. There we go, now he has room. Mifa can't carry any more weapons. Again, anything under 20 should be fine to get rid of. Question marks? Okay, we'll hold on to that, because I'm not sure what's up with the question marks. Alright. Well, I would say that we're doing great. What's the mission we're doing next time we play this? Oh, what's up with the castle? Alright. Yeah, so next time I play, I'm going to be doing this mission. For now, I am going to hop off. Because it's been a couple of hours. I've had fun, but I am going to just chill out, relax for the rest of my evening. I do plan on playing. I might play tomorrow evening, but at least one more time this week, I'm thinking. And in between now and then, I will do a lot of upgrades, like a lot of these little like upgrades that I can purchase and little side missions that don't add anything to the story but level me up and give me rewards and stuff. I'll do that stuff off stream and continue the story, because that's the meat of the game. That's the stuff that I want to share with you guys. But for now, hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys for joining. It's been fun having you. And see y'all next time. I'm gonna see if there's anybody. Is there anybody on that I could raid? Oh, there's games Luke does. He's another guy that I met in the chat of Sean's stream. He's playing Kingdom Hearts 2 right now. I wonder, Sean, do you know, does he speedrun Kingdom Hearts 2, or is he just playing? Because there are a couple people in my circles that speedrun Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. I guess we'll go over and see what he's doing. But yeah, again, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you next time I'm on and next time you all are watching. See ya.